registration. Okay. Currently, we are discussing about executing the same test case with multiple sets of test data. How that is possible? That is possible by using @data provider. Okay. Here we have to give the data provider name. It might be a credentials, whatever it is. The same thing you have to provide here. See, here we have created a data provider @data provider of name equals to authentication. Credentials is a method. We are just returning a object. What is the object? It has how many test data? Only one test data is there. I want to create a multiple sets of test data. Definitely you can do that. Okay. Here we have only one. Control C. Okay. I want to give one more test data. Okay. Okay. So 3 records are there. Control S. So I'm just going to execute this script once again. I want to show you how the test script looks like. Okay. Just right click. Just remember these data at least. Srini 004 and Muhammad 001 and one more is Alex 002 something is there. Okay. If you want to change, you can change it also. Okay. 5. Test @1 2 3 4. You can change it to okay 3 2 1 instead of this 3 2 1. Done. Control S. Okay. Just test-ng provided file.xml file. Just put run as test-ng suite. Okay. So where we have added this test data, we have added this test data to registration. Here see registration method has been added. Data provider is linked to registration. That means registration functionality gets executed 3 times. So now look at here. Launching is over. Launch application is successfully done. Now it is going to the login functionality. Okay. So this is login functionality. It is also over. Now it is going to registration. Okay. Now it's going to registration. See, let's see. Yeah. First iteration is over. Now it is going to the next iteration. Okay. It's going to next iteration. Yeah. See, look at here. The data is different. Done. Okay. That's fine. Done. See, look at the test execution. If you look at the test execution, you can come to know that registration test case has been executed thrice with the multiple sets of test data, not one test data. See, 3 test data are there, different test data. Okay, and go to the test results. Just right click and refresh this page, and the test results also different. Just go and check emailable report. Just right click, go to open with web browser. Here you can see how many test cases are passed, how many test cases are failed. See, launch application registration, right? This is different. See, look at here, 3 test data, 3 different sets of test data are there. So this is the first iteration, this is the second iteration, this is the third iteration. Okay, clear? Hope we are clear now. This is all about framework. Max up to this extent they will ask in the interviews. Okay, up to max they will ask how to create a framework, how to develop a test scripts, how to execute multiple sets of data, how to parameterize the test scripts, and so on. Okay, let me know if you have any questions. Yeah, one more very important concept called depending on. Okay, when do you use depending on? Tell me. I will explain depending on. Okay, see, we have a login. Okay, add item to cart and then log out. Okay, this is the flow, right? This is the flow. Yeah. Now tell me, I want to check out a cart. Can you do without login? Can you do without login? Tell me. Without login to Amazon application, Amazon portal, can you add a product to the cart? Yeah, I'm asking both of you. So I just want to add an item to the cart. Can you do it without login? No, we can't log in.
We can add it, but we can't check out, sir.
Correct. Checkout confident. Yes. Just as a second, yeah. Checkout confident. Okay. Then I just want to add one more class called checkout. Can you do checkout without login?
No, sir.
We can't. So that means login is dependent. Checkout. To execute checkout, we need a login test case. Similarly, to checkout, we need the items to be added. Hence, okay, to execute a checkout, it is depending on login and add item to cart. This can be implemented using a test ng. Okay, I will show you quickly here. Just take this test case. We have a test. Okay, we have a login, we have logout. Okay, we have a products. Okay, see, if you try to understand this script, first you just enter username and password. After that, you just log into your products. After that, you just log out, right? So to click a logout, actually, first of all, you should be in a products page. Then only we can click out. Second thing, to execute a login, to execute a product, first of all, you should log into an application. That's why we have to add a dependency dependent on method called login. That means to execute a product test case, first of all, you have to log into an application. That means there is a dependency dependent on methods login. Then it will go to the product. Once the product page is opened, again you have to log out. To log out, actually, we should be in a product page. Then only we can do it. Otherwise, we can't do it. So this is how we can implement depending on methods attribute in a test engine. This is an attribute called depend on methods. This is very useful to arrange our test cases in a systematic order to cover your functionality. Okay, to cover your testing scope or test functionality. This is very useful. Just right click. So we have config also for this file. So this is a depends on. As it depends on. Yeah, here we have a configure data provider depends on is not there, I think. So anyway, we'll create. Nothing. It's very simple. Just go to run. Okay, go to testng, convert to testng. Okay, this is actually depends on methods demo. Depends on methods demo 7.xml file. Just click next. Click finish. Done. So here you can see depends on methods.xml file. So just right click on this project, sorry, XML file, run as testng suite. So what happened? Okay, still running. Oh, error. What's the error? Error. Very simple error. This is instead of none, you have to make it false. That's all. Control S. Okay. Just right click. Testng suite. Okay. This is how it will simply execute. Before test, before suite, before method, just enter username and password. That's it. Okay. So this is how it works. Depends on methods means it is very important attribute that actually allow us to arrange our test methods in a systematic order to cover our testing scope. That's very, very important. Okay. So apart from that, just let me know if you have any questions. So we have covered almost everything and Selenium, including the database, MySQL. So coming to our thing, what are the things we have covered so far? I'm just going to reiterate what we have covered so far. Okay, we have covered alerts, how to handle alerts, how to handle broken links, how to use a data driver in a test engine, and how do we handle sync issues by using implicit wait and explicit wait. How do you use a WebDriver wait method? How to use a thread.sleep? Okay, how do you handle or fetch the element from the web table? Okay, how do we use JUnit framework? How to use multiple JUnit test cases can be executed through test runner class. Okay, and how do we handle test data by using file input output operations, reading the data and writing the data. Okay, how do you handle drop down lists and handling list boxes, handling radio buttons, sending the data into the test data, and handling web tables, and writing the data exclusively into the Excel files. Okay. So apart from that, what else we have discussed? We have discussed how to execute the test cases through testng. In testng framework, we have elaborately discussed how to use before method, after method, before suite, after suite, before test, after suite, and how to use data driver, data provider basically. How do we use depends on methods, okay, and so on. So and MySQL we have discussed Shabir. I will tell you when we are going to cover MySQL again. Okay, please join the session. That is very, very important, especially when you are attending for manual testing. Those sessions are very important.
Yes.
Okay. See what we have discussed, in MySQL. First and foremost thing is I will stop recording.